Want to know my secret of how to be happy every single day? What's this cheeky little sunset going on here? Let's find out. Hello, lovely, gorgeous sunset type thing through this feature window. Right, this video is about 3 cheeky secrets of how to be super happy every single day, which is ironic coming from someone who has and does suffer from depression. Mental, properly mental, literally mental. If you do these in your life, obviously in your life, I guarantee things will change. You will be much happier, you'll be much you'll feel sort of lighter, and just it's amazing. It's absolutely bizarre how these 3 simple things, call them life hacks if you want, will actually change your life. So let's do it. Let's find out. Let's get into the meat and the nuts and bolts. So the 3 things, very, very simple. Number 1, very simple. Do not read any newspapers or watch any news or listen to any news. Simple. Don't consume the news. You may be going, ooh, I have to stay in touch with the world, otherwise I'm not going to know what's going on. When you think about the news, I'd probably go far as to say 100% of negative stuff. It's 100% negativity. I remember years ago, whenever the news was on, at the end of the news, there was always a kind of funny story. Sometimes they do it now and then, but not so much. It always used to be, you know, and finally there's a hedgehog in Northampton that can tap dance, and there'd be this funny story. But it seems to be, doesn't really happen. So you look at the news or newspapers, and it's all doom, gloom, murder, rape, killing, famine, natural disaster, war, etc. or scandal, or focus. That would help. Someone's doing something with someone they shouldn't have done, or someone's broken up with someone, or someone's got together with someone. All news. It doesn't actually enrich your life, and you may feel, oh, but I need to know what all this stuff is. Do you really? If you didn't, nothing's going to change in your life. If you didn't know that there was a war happening somewhere, or you didn't know that Lindsay Lohan has been arrested again, you know, nothing changes in your life. It's all kind of negative crap, basically, that you don't need. Now, obviously, that's quite maybe a sort of a severe kind of cutting off of that stuff, but you will find once you stop consuming that, how different your life is. I 100% guarantee it. All I'm going to say is a challenge to you that are watching. Do these 3 things just for a week. Just try it for a week, and you will see how different you feel. It's bizarre, okay? Absolutely bizarre. Certainly not, please do not in the morning look at anything kind of news related, or last thing at night. Whatever you do, because they're the 2 kind of influential times in your day. Just before you go to bed, you're kind of almost putting into your mind what your subconscious is going to sort of process and think about. So if you just ram it full of news and all death and murder and war, that's all your subconscious is going to be processing. And also, as soon as you wake up, you're like reset, you've been rebooted, so you don't want to fill your mind full of all that crap in the morning either. Make sense? Good. So hopefully you're still with me. Number 2 is much easier than number 1. I'm sure to various degrees, and it doesn't really matter what this is. The key thing is it's personal to you. If there's certain comedy things you like, and whether it's listening to or watching, whether it's a podcast or a video, YouTube videos, like comedy kind of songs, whatever, but something that really kind of gives you a real sort of belly laugh, that really makes you chuckle and almost cry laughing, and it's just hilarious, that you really love to watch, and just makes you go completely mentally deranged with humour. That's a thing. Particularly if it's on YouTube, it's much easier because you can have just like a quick little playlist on there. But have some of that and watch that if you can, which you can, let's be honest. First thing in the morning, if you wake up, hopefully you wake up first thing in the morning when you wake up, or at least as early in the day as you can, and again, you know, before bed. And if you know, in the day, not saying you just have to do that all day and do nothing else, because that would be terrible, but basically those 2 points in the day, the first thing in the morning when your mind is kind of fresh and rebooted and ready to go, and last thing at night while it's kind of just setting itself up for the subconscious to take over. If you watch, and it doesn't have to be like hours and hours, just, you know, 10-15 minutes, just small amounts. Most YouTube videos are 10 15 minutes long. So just watch, something like that's funny, or something that you like, that personal to you. It doesn't mean, like, what someone else says. What I particularly like, you may not like. But watch something that you find hilarious, really, really, that you'll cry with laughter, because that will set you up for the day, put you in a really, really good, upbeat, crazy kind of mood. And again, just before going to bed, watch something like that. So the last things you're sort of thinking about are fun things, that's fun, enjoyment, upbeat, and stuff like that. And then when you wake up, that would have sort of rebooted everything, and everything's gold. Much easier to do perhaps than the cutting out the new stuff, but still do it. I guarantee 1 week of that, and you'll feel it's bizarre how, trust me, you will feel amazing. Number 3, the times I've gone on about this, I can't even count. But if you can get this into your life, as I said, even if you just try it for 1 week, and I guarantee you will notice the difference. E plus R equals O. I didn't come up with this, but it's so powerful. Event plus reaction equals outcome. So what do I mean by this? Well, events happen all the time. Stuff's going to happen all the time, good and bad. Someone will buy you a bunch of flowers, good thing. The car will break down, bad thing. So the stuff is just going to happen. That's just life. It's inevitable. Good things, bad things, terrible things, really good things. Stuff happens. You can't really affect stuff happening. That's just going to happen. But how you react to that stuff happening is down to you. Nobody else. No one has power over how you feel. You ultimately decide how you react to those things. And therefore, how you react is 100% controlling the outcome. So, and that kind of sits in with the sort of first two, because if you are consuming fun, happy, laughable material, then the reaction will be laughing, happy, good mood, and therefore the outcome. So if you consume like fun, comedy videos, that kind of thing, your reaction is laughing, laughter, happy, good, and all that. The outcome is you in a good mood. Whereas if you consume news and sort of depressing stuff and horrible stuff like that, your reaction is going to be sort of like, and therefore the outcome is going to be like, you see, makes sense. So actually the third one really is the same as the other two, but just kind of putting it into a bit of a pattern. But it also goes with everything. On the way to work, if you're driving, someone cuts you up, you can either be really annoyed by it, and therefore it puts you in a bad mood for the rest of the day, or you can be completely neutral. I'm not saying someone cuts you up, you're like, woohoo, I'm super happy someone's cut me up, but have no reaction, have zero. So therefore your mood hasn't changed. It hasn't got better, but it certainly hasn't got worse. And so just bear in mind, that's the thing to take away from E plus R equals O, is you are 100% in control of how you feel, how you react to everything, because it's you decide, you make the decision. Sometimes it's partly subconscious, sometimes conscious, but you decide. And it takes a little bit of practice, but when anything happens now in the next week, when you watch this, do these 3 things every single day. But when anything happens to you, when you do anything, say someone cuts you up, you're stuck in traffic, you lose £10, $10, just be aware of how you're reacting, be aware of your emotions around that thing. I mean, that's a good example. You lose some money, £10, $10. You can be completely like, really totally off and like, or neutral, or you can put a spin on it. I think, well, I've lost that money, but someone who needs it might find it. So there's a good thing comes out of it. Now, that's the extreme, putting a positive spin on everything. The point I'm making is that you've lost that money. It's gone. You can't unlose it. So you can either carry on as you are, so neutral, you could be happy about it because someone who needs it might find it, or you could be really off. What would you rather be? And I think ultimately we'd all rather be happy, we'd all rather be neutral, at least that doesn't affect our mood. So why decide to be off? It doesn't change the fact you've lost the money, or the car's broken down, you've been stuck in traffic, or you've been cut up at all. And so it's just being aware of how you're reacting to stuff each time anything happens, and just sort of almost not detach yourself, but sort of be aware of how you're reacting and what you're doing, and is that actually serving you well? And if it's not, then go, whoa, hang on, no, just
let it go, let it go.
Be aware of how you're reacting to what happens to you and what you're doing. If you do all three of these things, cut out all of the news, watch, listen to something sort of comedy that really gives you a big sort of hearty belly laugh, morning and night, to kind of raise your spirits, raise your mood. And E plus R equals O, event plus reaction equals outcome. Be aware of your emotions and your feelings around things that happen, because ultimately you are in control of how you feel. So that's it for today. Hope you did get some value. If you have, don't forget, as always, smash that like button so it's nice and blue, and comment below. Are you going to try this challenge? If you have tried it, what the outcome? I'd love to know, because I guarantee it will absolutely lift your mood, lift your life to a much better place. 100%. Look, the sun's almost gone. And if you have subscribed already, thank you so much. It means a lot. And if you haven't, please do. You'll get more and more videos like this, especially if you hit the bell notification so you know when I'm releasing a new one. I bid you farewell, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.